Welcome back once again to Body Basics by Beth. We're here with our Flex and Flow Thursdays. We're going to start with a 15-minute full body little circuit, and then we're going to jump into our nice Vinyasa Flow to stretch out everything. A little cloudy today, but that's okay because whether you see it or not, the sun is always shining. So a little cooler this week than it was last week as well. So anyway, we're going to start off. Should have had a nice warm up, and we're going to go through a rotation of working some of the larger muscle groups, doing some squats, some push-ups, some planks, some core today. So, and then we're going to go into that Vinyasa Flow. So as we get started, we're going to start with 30 seconds of the jack squats, where you're jumping out, taking a wider stance, toes out, touching the ground, alternating each hand 20 times. And then we're going to go into some push-ups. We're going to be doing some more plank work as well, some lateral planks, walking back and forth, some beast holds. And so we're going to get going, starting with our jack squats. All right. Go for 30 seconds for each exercise. Make sure you try to keep that chest up as best you can. Make sure those knees don't cross over your toes. And we got just a few more seconds here. Then we're going to go down to push-ups. 30 seconds of regular push-ups, or you can do modified. You can do modified on your knees. Chest comes between your hands. Avoid that butt in the air as you get going. You're going to pull that belly button towards your spine. Really brace the core to protect that lower back. You have about 10 more seconds. Then we're going to come up. This we're going to do some walking lateral planks on your arms, either on your elbows. Actually, you're going to be on your hands. You're going to be up on your toes, bracing the core again, pulling that belly button towards your spine. And I'll show you this way. You're going to walk 5 steps over and then back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're walking back. We're really maintaining that flat back. All right, now on to the next one. We're going to go and do some jump squats. So you're bounding down and you're bounding up, landing lightly. Keep the chest up. You want to avoid bending at the waist. Keep that chest up. Land on those heels, press to those heels, engage the glutes there. About 5 more seconds. All right. On to our Russian twist. Working those abs. You can either prop your feet down if you need the balance, or feet up, using your hands, alternating back and forth. Slide down on the mat a little. Really working those obliques. And then once again, on our back, our sunburst, arms and legs spread wide, coming up. As you go back slowly, don't let the arms and legs touch the mat. Then we're going to go to our beast hold. A beast hold is line your wrist like you would a plank. Feet, knees are bent, feet underneath. And bringing your knees down just so they're almost on the ground but hovering just above. You're really bracing the core. You can sit here and hold it. You want to challenge yourself a little more. Send the knees out. Do just a few more seconds here, and then we're going to start from the top with our jack squats. And up to the top. There you go. Land lightly. Anytime there's a bounding, land lightly. If you have any joint issues, you just take it out, just come down and alternate. Just take the jump out. And then onto our push-ups. Remember, regular or modified. Make sure that back is straight. Looks like my belly's dipping down, but that's just my shirt hanging. You want to make sure you're definitely pulling that belly button towards your spine. And then the walking planks. I'm going to show you from the front side this time. And then just walking back and forth, maintaining that flat back, pulling that belly button towards your spine. I'm just going on the mat here. I'll do about 10 more seconds. And then onto our jump squats. Bending down, land lightly. Keeping that chest up. About 15 more seconds. Then we're going to go down to a Russian twist. Again, really working that. If you have a weight or anything that's weighted you can hold, maybe a cat, a kid. Keeping that body straight and really thinking about rotating, contracting those obliques. In about 5 more seconds, then we'll do our sunburst. Coming into our sunburst here. And down, up. And over to our beast hold. Remember, hands, elbows, wrists, shoulders aligned, feet in, knees down, just off the mat. And then, like I said, you can alternate legs, kicking out. And just do slow and control. And then back to the top. Our jack squats. Sun went out today, so I figured I'd wear a nice bright yellow shirt to make you feel like the sun was out. We're going to land softly. And then back to some push-ups. My favorite exercises. We got about 5 more seconds. We do our plank walks. I gotta move the mat in. I was hitting the wall last time. Make sure that back is straight, elbows, wrists, shoulders aligned. Really bracing that core. And come up. Some jump squats straight from the side of you this time. Land lightly. Stick that booty out like you're sitting in a chair. Don't let those knees cross those toes. Got 10 more seconds. We're down to our Russian twist. And alternating back and forth. Try to keep those feet level, straight. And then down to our sunburst. Laying back, arms and legs spread wide, and coming up. And 5 more seconds here. Then we'll finish with that beast hold on this round. And then roll it right over to that beast hold. So again, you can alternate. Bring those knees down just so they're just off the ground. About 10 more seconds. Back to the top. Some squat jumps. And here we go. It's a fun little exercise. Some of you might be in snow right now. Now, no push-ups. I guess I could say I'm fortunate that I've got clear roads. Think about those push-ups. You start feeling tired, you might need to go from regular push-up down to modified. Support that lower back. Maintain that form is more important. The whole point is to fatigue your muscles. So if you're doing that, you've done what you came to do. Fatigue those muscles, and then they get to rest and repair and grow bigger and stronger. We got about 5 more seconds of our plank walks. And then back to our jump squats. Sinking down, landing lightly. Then we can go into our Russian twist. We got Russian twist and sunburst and our beast hold. Then we're going to do a minute of burnout. We're going to do a plank, trying to hold it as long as you can, up to a minute. And then our sunburst. You guys got this down to the last minute before our burnout minute. And And then our beast hold. I got a little visitor. I don't know if you can see him. This is Oliver. I think he might have visited us last week too. Knees down, trying to hold it. Sending the legs out if you want a little more challenging. And then coming down, we're going to do 1 minute of a plank, seeing how long you can hold it up to 1 minute. Getting down on our elbows. You can do it on your hands. Comes a little bit harder on your elbows. Most people, when they get down to their elbows, have a tendency to want to put their hands together. That actually kind of throws off the alignment of your back and your spine. You want to keep your arms straight out, parallel to each other. It makes it a little harder. You got to pull that belly button towards your spine, support that lower back, but keep those arms parallel and think about rolling the shoulders back so keep our body in alignment. Once our body gets out of alignment, that's when things start to go a little awry and injuries will prevail. So getting up on those toes, on our elbows, holding for a minute, and I'll call it time as we go through. Keeping those back flat and straight like you're holding a tray full of glasses. Maybe you're getting ready to celebrate because you're almost done with this workout. So you got a toast to everybody. So you got 15 seconds down. As you progress, you can see how much longer you can hold it each time. Now we're at 30 seconds, halfway through. Keep pulling that belly button towards your spine. And keeping those shoulders rolled back. Arms up. 40 seconds. You got 20 seconds to go. You got it. Only 15 more seconds. Try to hold as long as you can. Make sure that back is straight and flat. You don't want to tip your toasting glasses. 5 more seconds. And 4, and 3, 2, 1, and done. Very good. All right. That's the end of our flexing portion. Now you get a little break. Get your mat set up, maybe kick off your shoes, and we're going to get into our Vinyasa Flow to strengthen and lengthen the body out. Going through a lot of sun salutations today. Like I said, there isn't a visible sun out today, but my motto is, whether you see it or not, the sun is always shining. I'm going to put on a little yoga music while we get set up here. I think it started playing. If you have a block, you get a block as well. I don't really use the block, but I use that to kind of show you how you can use it during yoga. In my strap, I don't actually, my mat, I use that for a strap if you have another yoga strap you'd like to use. Get some water if you need it. It's always good. Stay hydrated. Even in the colder months, you got to think about hydration. A lot of people forget that they still sweat. They're still sweating and need to stay hydrated. You can still get dehydrated in these cold months. I'm going to kick off my shoes. You can always do yoga with your socks. I prefer not to have my socks on. I feel like I get a better grip of the mat in my bare feet. Some people, you can actually get yoga socks to help grip the mat a little better as well. And it actually helps going barefoot. Actually helps build the muscles of your feet. That order did not go down right. So, if you guys are ready, you have your mat set up, you got some water, you got your blanket if you need it, strap if you need it, and some extra water here as well. Slug this back just a tad. All right, so as we get started, we're going to start on the front edge of our mats. Coming into our mountain pose, grounding through those feet, all edges, toes, big toe, your pinky toe, your heels, inside and outside of your feet. Elongating up to that spine. I'm going to cut this music off because I've had issues of it not cutting off while I'm talking in previous videos. And it was hard to hear. So once again, back to our mountain pose, elongating up through that spine, arms by your side. Focusing on that breath. Focusing on our intentions that we've set for ourselves today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Drop on that chin to our chest. Maybe rolling our right ear to our right shoulder. And then rolling over to the left. And once again, back over to the right. Kind of flowing with your breath. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Standing forward fold. Inhale halfway up, find that lift, flat back, gaze is towards the ground. As you exhale, back to standing forward fold, your gaze is between your knees. Once again, inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale down to the ground, or towards the ground, I should say. Maybe softening the knees if it feels a little tight. Hopefully you've warmed up after that little flex part. Inhale as you exhale, you're going to step back with your right foot. On your next exhale, you're going to step back with your right, coming into plank. Kind of rocking. Slowly lowering to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And then maybe pedaling the feet, loosening up those arches and heels and ankles and calves. Finding that movement. Inhale as you exhale again, coming forward to plank. Slowly lowering to chaturanga. So really squeezing those elbows by your side. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to step forward with the left foot. Drop that right knee towards the mat. Onto that low lunge, tucking the hips up underneath. Keeping the shoulders down and relax as we inhale our arms up. Maybe taking the gaze towards the sky. I can see the sun is through the clouds. I can see the outline of it. Exhale, friend that front left foot. Untuck the right toes and send the left foot back to meet the right. Pedal in the heels, back and forth. Inhale as you exhale, step forward the right foot. Drop on that left knee towards the mat. Nice little stretch here. Keep this since we just did some leg work as well. Taking the hips up underneath. Finding that balance, maybe inhaling arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down. And there goes Oliver once again. I think he wants to join us. And then maybe once again, pedal on the feet, or maybe even just swaying the hips back and forth, wherever it feels good. Inhale as you exhale, bring that left knee towards your head. Head towards that left knee. Inhale that left leg up, over to the right for a three-legged dog as you look underneath your left arm. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to bring that left leg all the way through between our hands. Staying in our high lunge here. Pressing out through that right heel, and then finding that balance coming up. Maybe inhaling arms up overhead. Maybe even taking the gaze towards the sky. Inhale as you exhale, frame that front left foot. Bring the right hand to the inside. We're going to extend out, inhaling as we extend through that spine and the top of our head. Exhale as we slowly pull it bow and arrow, rotating towards that left side. And exhale, bring that left hip back down to meet the right, or the frame that front left foot, and then step back, downward facing dog. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right knee towards your head towards that right knee, keeping that right foot flexed. And then inhale that right leg up and over to the left for three-legged dog as you look underneath that right arm. I will get my right and left one of these days. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right foot up all the way through to our high lunge, finding that balance. Inhaling up. Inhale, arms up overhead, keeping the hips tucked up underneath. Shoulders down and relaxed. Maybe taking the gaze up towards the sky. Press it out through that left heel. And then exhale, hands down. Framing that front and right foot. Bring the left hand to the inside. Inhale as you extend out. Exhale, pulling that bow and arrow. Turn into the right side. Maybe taking your gaze up towards those right fingertips. Ooh, look, I see a little blue in the sky. There's a little break in the clouds. And then exhale, bring the right hand back down. Send the right foot back to the left. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to come forward. Once again to plank. To our chaturanga, slowly lowering down. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Either maintaining downward dog or coming forward again for our Vinyasa Flow. Slowly lowering to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale as you exhale. You can either walk or jump up as you look between your hands. Bringing your feet inside to standing forward fold. Letting your body just hang. Maybe rocking back and forth. Maybe grasping the opposite elbow. I'm feeling a little tumbly here today. Inhale halfway up, find that length. Exhale down. Reverse swan dive up to mountain. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down. Once again, inhale, arms up overhead. Clasping the hands, press the palms towards the ceiling or the sky. Come to a slight back bend. And then grounding so you get a better view. Grounding to that right foot. Inhale, and then lean over to the left side. Grounding to that right foot. Really open it up. Get all these muscles right through here. I know I've got some tight hips, so this feels good. It really stretches those out. Right on that little iliac crest there. Inhale to center and exhale over to your right, grounding through that left foot. Inhale back to center. I'm going to step to the top of the mat. This time as we exhale, we're going to come down to our chair pose, sending the hips back, arms forward. Maybe taking your gaze towards those fingertips. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to come placing either your hands on the hip or maybe locking that left elbow along that right knee to our twisting chair. Inhale as you exhale. If you want to challenge even more, step back with that left foot. Come into our twisting lunge. And you can even extend that left hand down. Send the right hand towards the sky. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to come back. Frame that front right foot. Send the right back to meet the left for downward facing dog. Really pressing the down through the heels and pressing the mat away with your hands as you send the hips up towards the sky. Inhale as you exhale. Come for the plank for Vinyasa Flow. Slowly on chaturanga. This time, option to lift that left foot. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Once again, inhale, come forward to plank. This time, option to lift the opposite foot, lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Once again, inhale as you exhale, either walk or jump forward to our standing forward fold. Inhale halfway up, find length. Exhale down. Once again, inhale halfway up. And exhale down. Reverse one up to mountain. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhaling down to chair pose. Sending the arms forward, hips back. Inhale as you exhale, rotating towards that left hip, or placing that right elbow on that left knee. Maybe even sending the right hand down to the mat. And then the next exhale, maybe challenging yourself, like that. Sending, there's a rusty nail there too. Sending that right foot back to a twisting lunge. Inhale as you exhale, come back, frame that front left foot. Send the left foot back to meet the right for downward facing dog. Inhale, as you exhale, we're going to walk our feet up. Heels kind of coming in, toes kind of pointing out. To our placing our hands in prayer position, using our elbows to press our knees out. And we're going to come forward. We're going to try a crow pose. Fingers spread wide, creating a nice, good base for balance. Bringing the knees up on the backs of the arms, sending the hips towards the sky. And if you feel balance right here, just stay here. If you want to go a little more challenging, coming forward, bringing the feet off the mat to crow pose. Maybe coming back, dropping the feet back to the mat. Come back up, hands to prayer position, pressing those knees out. That's a pose you can progress in, just coming forward, all feet, and then maybe up, just balancing on the toes. And then gradually you balance yourself by pulling that head forward. Bringing the hands up, hips up, and walking the feet out to downward facing dog. Inhale, as you exhale, we're going to come forward to plank. Fingers spread wide. We're going to roll to the side of that left foot, all the way over to our side plank. Once again, you can do a kickstand, bringing that left knee down, right leg up. You can cross the feet or you can stack them. Maybe taking the gaze up towards those right fingertips. Woo. It's Throwback Thursday. I feel a little like I'm getting thrown back here. And then pressing the right hand down, rolling back over to plank. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Once again, as you inhale, we're going to come forward to plank. Fingers spread wide, rolling to the right side of that foot. Coming into our side plank. Maybe sending your gaze up towards those left fingertips. And then rolling back around. Bringing the chest up for another Vinyasa Flow. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And then pedaling the feet out. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to step forward with our left foot, dropping that right knee. Extending the hand back. Leaning forward. Releasing the foot. Untuck the toes, send the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to bring the right foot forward, drop that left knee. And once again, send the left hand back to that left foot. Ooh, my hamstrings always want to cramp up when I do that. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it. If you could pull that leg, I've got to stretch my hamstring out right now. Let's cramp it up. So just after you stretch that nice quad out, stretch it back to downward facing dog. I gotta let my hamstrings settle. Inhale as you exhale, we're gonna step forward, dropping this knee, and this will help stretch that hamstring out. As you sit back towards that right heel, and bring in that right foot, flexing that foot, sitting back. It's a good little stretch there too. And then coming forward. Untuck those toes. Send the left foot back to meet the right. Next exhale, send the right foot forward. Drop that left knee, pressing down to the top of that left foot. And then we're going to slowly sit back towards that left foot, flexing that right foot. Getting a nice stretch on the opposite side. And then coming forward from that front right foot, send the right foot back, downward facing dog. Next exhale, bring that left knee towards your head, head towards that left knee. We're going to inhale that leg up towards the left, over to the right. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to bring that left knee behind our left wrist for our pigeon lunge. And placing that left shin on the mat, come to a slight back bend. Then we're going to walk the hands out. This is a good spot. You could use a block underneath that hip if you need it. If it feels like too much of a stretch, you should not be shaking or grimacing. If you're feeling that, you need to back off of the stretch. You're going too far. And breathe in deep to the stretch. Actually, by inhaling and exhaling, that oxygen getting to your muscles allows your muscles to relax and makes it easier to stretch. Inhale, coming up to a slight back bend, untucking the right toes, send that foot back for downward facing dog. This time we're going to inhale the right leg forward, head towards that right knee, and then send that right leg up and over for a three-legged dog. Inhale as you exhale. Bring that right knee behind the right wrist. I'm off the mat here. Walking the left foot out. Go to a slight back in, and then walking your hands out. You might also notice, like I've noticed, different sides. One side might be a lot tighter than the other. And then coming back to a slight back bend. Untuck those left toes, the feet back, downward facing dog. We're going to come to our knees, cross our feet, extend our feet out for staff pose, flexing those feet, and then bring the feet together for cobbler's pose. We're going to come into a cradle the baby pose. So crossing the front side here, bringing this foot up, pressing the arm underneath, grabbing the bottom of your foot, and then bringing the right arm around. I believe we did this last week too. We refer to this as our toe head baby. Through cradle the baby. Make sure you're elongating it, kind of punch out there. You don't want it arching out. You want to be sitting up straight and tall. And then we're going to switch sides. Bring the left foot down, right foot up. Bring the arm underneath, and then wrap. Sorry, my watch is coming undone here. Bring the opposite arm around to cradle our other toe head baby. And then dropping the feet. Coming back to cobbler's pose. Maybe grabbing those feet, pressing those knees down towards the mat. Extending the feet once again for staff pose. Inhale as you exhale, reaching for the toes. Kind of hollowing that belly, get a little bit deeper stretch. And then as we slowly sit down, bringing our knees in, maybe rocking it back a little bit more. Massage that little back. Sending our arms out, palms down, form the shape of a T. Inhale as you exhale, slowly dropping the knees over to the left. Placing that left hand on top of that right knee, taking your gaze over to the right hand. Then inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees over to the right. Placing the right hand on top of that left knee, taking the gaze out over the left fingertips. And inhale, knees to center. Placing the feet on the mat, slowly come into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let the feet drop to the side, maybe closing your eyes. Connecting with that breath, breathing in deep. And as you exhale, allowing the body to sink deeper into that mat. You can stay here in Shavasana for however long you would like. I'm going to bring the awareness back. So you maybe bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, maybe opening those eyes to look up and see even more blue sky. That's always nice. Come into a nice sitting position, bringing our hands to prayer position. May the divine light in you, or me, sorry, may the divine light in me honor and cherish the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you once again for joining me today for our Flex and Flow class.